Hi guys, this is Marc Brunet with CubeBrush, and today what I have for you is a full review of the tablet, the graphic tablet XP Pen Artist 22 HD. So this is as you can see, a monitor that you can draw on. So it's a graphics tablet, and this company was nice enough to send me their flagship model to test it out and review it. And so yeah, I'll be doing a full review today. So before I go into the actual testing phase where I actually try it out, I'm gonna compare it to a bunch of other things that are similar on the market. So this is a tablet that is obviously in direct competition with Wacom. Wacom being the leaders pretty much in the graphics tablet world, and actually just tablets overall, because they've been around forever. They've always had kind of the best product, the best quality, but obviously that comes at a price. And so you can see here, this is what we'll be comparing all the other tablets to. The 22 HD at 1800, so the Cintiq obviously. Touch version, pretty much useless, so I'm not gonna even talk about this. So yeah, 1800, that's kind of like the benchmark. And so what we have here is the XP Pen, of course. So this is the one I'll be reviewing today. As far as I know, this is supposed to be kind of like the best one and the cheapest one. So here we have it, 610, and they're all going to be 1080p, even the Cintiq. So their resolution is all the same. They all have 2048 levels of pressure. So their stats very, very similar. The only thing that will differentiate the Wacom is their the quality of their panel. So the colors are just much richer. Viewing angles better, contrast is better. It's just a better screen. And of course, the glass that they use always has this nice feel to it. And their build quality is overall supposed to be better. Pens better. Everything's kind of like a little bit better. But that being said, we'll have to see how good these ones hold up. So yeah, 610 as I've been saying. This one, the Huion, which is this kind of like a clone. If you look at it, also even the tablet itself, like visually, it looks like exactly the same. The same kind of connectors at the bottom. The stand is very, very similar. Not identical, but similar. Except this one only has like the thing in the back here. The XP Pen is clearly a little bit more stable. And so there's the other one here, the UG, which is also a little bit more expensive, so about $50 more expensive than the XP Pen. Looks very similar. The stand looks close to identical, if not identical. Let's see. Yeah, it's very, very, very close. And the tablet itself, again, the button placement, kind of like at the same spot. So yeah, similar tablets. And then we have the Unova, which is another one that's, again, the specs are very similar. The only main difference with this one really is that it looks kind of funny, and the accessories are also a little bit strange looking. It just looks like an older device, and it's priced a lot higher. So I would say, just based on the price, disqualify this one. And then we have the Bosto here, which is the Bosto King T Mini. They have different versions that have like buttons on the side, but those are kind of useless generally. So yeah, if we look at this here, this one has kind of like the same stand as the Huion. So I've been told that those are not as stable, so it kind of shakes. And the fact that you have the bottom, you have the buttons at the bottom of the screen here. And if the screen is kind of laying on your desk, it's kind of hard to go press power off, which is a bit silly. So yeah, the Bosto and the Huion kind of have this problem. When you go to the UG, it doesn't, because the tablet is floating, as you can see. You have like the front is lifted. Same thing with the XP Pen here. So yeah, just better design, I guess, and the cheaper. So yeah, Bosto is tends to be the same kind of price as the UG, and yeah, so it's slightly more expensive. But yeah, so that's it. I mean, other than that, their specs very similar, as I said. You know, nothing worth really looking into. It's all kind of like the same thing, same kind of weight. Yeah, nothing too exciting other than that. So now that we've looked at this and its competition, let's actually try it out. All right, we're back. Now let's move on to the actual device itself. So how good is this thing? So I'll do this in kind of two parts. So the first part is going to be you know, just setting it up, like the installation and the kind of problems that I've had doing that, and then after it's going to be just like, you know, use day to day how it feels, and yeah, then I'll end up on kind of like my conclusions with the money and that kind of stuff. So so yeah, setting it up initially very simple. So there's not much going on right now. So as you can see, it's connected to my laptop here. And so there's only 3 cables. So there's one cable for the power outlet, so the power. There's one for USB, so that it, you know, it recognizes the pens. And then the other one is the mini display port, which is the adapter from HDMI's mini display port, which connects to this computer. So yeah, I mean, connection, no problem. I'm connected right away. The monitor itself, the XP pen got detected right away, no problem with that. One thing that I find a little bit odd, and it's personal taste I guess, but my OCD really kicks in when I look at the cables and they're all kind of like different colors. So, you know, if you look at this situation here, blue, white, and then black for the power. I really don't like that. But yeah, that's, I guess, like I said, more of a personal taste. So yeah, if I had, you know, made them all black or something, powering this thing on, nothing to it really, just the power button at the bottom here, and then we have the menu, and then it brings up, you know, a couple things that you can change the contrast, brightness, gamma, and all this stuff, and then you have volume. I have yet to find out what this is, because there's no speaker on this thing, as far as I can tell. I installed their drivers, and there's no way for me to make it produce any sound, so I don't know what those things are for. If you do know, let me know in the comments. I'd be really, you know, happy to know what this is about. But yeah, and then you have the auto button, which is just the default. So that's what I keep it at, because out of the box it was pretty good. I mean, the colors were nice. It's a nice display. It's a nice screen. You know, nice 1080p screen. Yeah. So I mentioned briefly the drivers. So the drivers is probably my biggest problem with this tablet, which is a good thing in a way because it's easy to fix. It's just code. I don't have to actually redo anything, you know, any of the hardware, which is a big pain. But yeah, so installing the drivers, I didn't have a CD drive on my laptop, so I had to download them on the website. The website is not finished, but at least I have the drivers, so that's good. I downloaded the latest drivers, installed those. For some reason, it didn't detect the tablet after rebooting the first time, because after installing, it asks you to reboot, and I couldn't see the pen moving or anything like that, so it wasn't detecting the pen. But then I reinstalled it again, and then everything was fine. So I don't know, it's probably a problem with my laptop, so I'm not blaming XP Pen for that. It ended up working anyway, so. But I'll show you something interesting. So let me zoom in. All right, now that you can see a little bit better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be opening their tools here. So there you go. So this is the pen tablet tools. So this is those are their own drivers, and so I mean here, pretty straightforward. You can go monitor setting. I made sure to select the second monitor because I don't want to use the other one. It makes no sense. So this is the one. This is the region that I'm using here. as monitor 2. And then if I go into buttons, I changed by default. I don't remember what it was, but it doesn't matter. I changed it to right click so that I can right click to bring my brushes, my brush presets in here. Let me get that back. And then here's the problem. So when I try to go into pressure or calibration, something weird happens. So you can probably see this here. So there's like a huge offset on the pointer for some reason. I don't get it. So it's as if maybe it doesn't even make sense, because if it was like using the full width of my two monitors as the source for that, actually I don't know, maybe that's what it is. That might make sense. So yeah, I guess that's probably what's happening. So it's for certain things, so for certain options like this, it considers the full width of my two monitors as the region to use to display the cursor. So that's obviously a problem, and I'm kind of stuck in this mode, which is not good. What I have to do to get out of this, I have to go back here and then change the window. And then if I do this, now it's back to normal. As you can see, kind of the problem. So and then if I go into calibration, I'm guessing this is the same problem. So if I can try to calibrate, so far so good, right? But then I go in here and what the hell, well, there you go, it doesn't even work. Let me relaunch those tools, and I'll just do it with the mouse. 4-point calibration. All right, so it's detecting something, but if I press it, nothing happens. It's probably, again, my cursor is probably somewhere around here. So that first thing here, I would have to be like all the way there to be all the way off my screen to be able to click it. So calibration, useless. It doesn't work. You can't do anything. So no calibration for me. No bueno. So yeah, that's a bummer. But okay, so there's no calibration. But the good news is that it comes somewhat calibrated. The corners don't behave weird or anything like that. Like it doesn't start shaking or anything like that. And yeah, so not big of a deal. I can live with that. Of course, please fix that, because it's kind of important for some people. It's kind of in the same vein. The right click button, like the buttons on the pen, kind of trigger. Actually, they don't kind of that. They trigger the same problem as that menu tab. So if I want to try to do a right click here, you would imagine the window to pop here. Instead, it pops all the way there. So let me change. Be able to see. So yeah, click, click. So that's not good. That's something that's very, very annoying to work with. So I've kind of gotten used to it after a while of painting, but yeah, having to always kind of stay in this half of the screen to be able to right click and bring the brush panel, and then have to go all the way on the other side, it's wasted calories. So, and then of course the big problem is that if you try to do it like in this half, it's as if it's clicking on the menus, and so it's not doing anything that you want. So like right here, nothing's happening, right? So yeah, you have to be like in kind of this region to be able to right click and select a different brush. Yeah, so that was the major problem, and it actually took me a while to understand that that's what's going on, because I was trying to right click in this area here and nothing was happening. Like the button's broken, but then I was doing the same thing with both pens. So yeah, after a while, I realized that it was just okay, it's just not detecting the location of the pointer correctly. So again, please fix this. Other than that, it's a gorgeous display. I mean, I have really nothing else to say as far as negatives. The stand, the base is really stable. It doesn't move around, doesn't shake, anything like that. Like, yeah, really nice job with that. You can adjust it to really any angle that you want. It doesn't look into one particular angle. Like there's no like predefined angle. It's really whatever you want. And it goes as much as this. So if I push any more, it will just fall over. And it goes to almost flat. So like this. That's probably a little bit too much. You know, front leg is not touching. But yeah, so something like this. So very nice. It's a nice stand. Nothing bad to say about that. And you know, the colors are nice. I didn't have to calibrate anything out of the box. There's no like backlight on the corners. There's no dead pixels. Wacom did. Other than that, there's no lag with the brush that I've noticed. So it's super fluid. There's no yeah, I mean, it goes as fast as it would on the laptop itself. I mean, obviously the laptop could be better. It's not that powerful, but very impressive. There's no lag. It doesn't get too hot. But yeah, it can run a little bit warm in some of the areas, but you know, I'm not gonna burn myself, and I couldn't cook eggs on it or anything like that, so it's not too bad. It's slightly hot. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, for $600, it's definitely worth it. I mean, there's a bunch of smaller bugs to fix. I know with the drivers and all that stuff, but it's just drivers related. The tablet itself, I mean, it's really well built. Yeah, it's a good product. I mean, also, there's one other thing that I haven't been really able to test out to the maximum. So I have yet to run out of battery on one of these. So I'm guessing they last a few hours each at least, because I think I've painted maybe 2 hours with the tablet so far, and the pen's still going strong. And they give you 2 pens, so you should never really have a problem. While I'm painting, the other one's always plugged in. So yeah, I mean, good. I think they're the only guys that provide 2 of them, because it would be quite annoying to have to kind of just stop and restart your pen after it runs out of battery. So yeah, never been a problem with the workflow, so that's good. And yeah, if I have one comment with this stand is, you know, instead of just copying kind of the Wacom one, maybe do one that fits 2 pens. I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this one? No, it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. I will say one last negative is that the feel of the screen is not the best. You kind of always feel this kind of like vibration, like this is as if it was kind of like rippled, like the surface was like tiny ripples like this. So like if you go real quick, you kind of hear like maybe that's just you know, this thing here that's not used up enough. I don't know, that you kind of forget about it after a while, but it's a little bit annoying. It's like some areas like have more friction than others. I have yet to notice any scratch on the screen. Hopefully there won't be any, you know, the more that I use it. I don't have the screen protector anymore because I threw it in the garbage, so hopefully that doesn't come biting me later. Yeah guys, I think that covers pretty much everything. The XP Pen Artist 22 HD is a very good Wacom alternative. So for $610, you get this device that performs, you know, at least for its main functions, as well as a Wacom. I mean, sensitivity wise, or, you know, I've been painting for many years, and I felt just as comfortable painting on this, other than, you know, the small details I've been pointing out here and like left and right. But I mean, for $1,200 less, this is like a third of the price of the Wacom almost. So I mean, this is a good deal. So yeah, I don't know. I have yet to try the other like similar models. I don't think I'll ever try them, to be honest. But I mean, I'm gonna use this. So yeah, I hope this review is kind of helpful. It's been a while. Sorry. If there's anything else that you want to know, you know, let me know in the comments. Please ask your questions. Anything that you have, I'll be more than happy to answer. If I forgot anything, yeah. Good job, XP Pen.